Hello everyone, welcome to my The Way Home official channel. I hope everyone is having a great day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Lay also talks about how she met her husband during an audition, how Supergirl taught her that her work matters, and other things. The purpose of Colorado Ladies Night is to showcase how an artist's past experiences influence their most recent success. Along the journey, there are frequently many highs as well as some more difficult times, which have a significant impact on how someone views the sector and how hard they work to improve it. A bright example of one such force in the film industry. Shyla Leigh is an executive producer and star of The Way Home. In its second season, The Way Home is a Hallmark television program. Not a fan of Hallmark movies? Listen to me. The Way Home has the potential to attract a wider audience than Hallmark, even if the latter already enjoys a sizable fan base. It's a science fiction family drama with an engrossing backstory and an enormously strong core. Leigh portrays Kat Landry, a lady who has a strained relationship with her mother Dell, Andie MacDowell, but ultimately decides to move back in with her along with Alice, her adolescent daughter, Sadie Laflamme Snow. Alice finds out while she is there that the property has a pond that has the ability to let some individuals travel back in time. The problem is that you have no control over where it leads. The pond makes a decision. Additionally, it chooses to transport Alice and Kat back to the moment when Kat and Dell's rift initially developed. Leigh came to play when she joined me for an edition of Collider Ladies Night to celebrate the Hallmark Channel's Season 2 premiere of The Way Home. I genuinely enjoy every Ladies Night talk, but this one is exceptionally rich in frank and incredibly enlightening tales about the hardships of overcoming Hollywood's demands. This is what changed Shyla Leigh's hellish early acting days. Leigh said, "I actually wanted absolutely nothing to do with it when I started. At the beginning of our chat," she went on, "I started modeling when I was about 12 years old. I was really good at tap dancing for people, but I was really afraid of attention. I've always had a strong need for approval in my life. Consequently, it was something I was incredibly good at but had little interest in doing. The problem lies in the fact that, regardless of one's skill level, navigating the Hollywood industry still involves a significant amount of rejection, which can frequently have a negative effect on one's self-esteem." Leigh went on, "As you move through the industry and stand in this line, turning in your headshot and doing all these things, they say, right in front of you, 'She's too overweight,' I say. 'She's not attractive enough,' no. No. Perhaps return later, once your baby fat has disappeared. After hearing all of this, you just begin to feel so full of shame, guilt, and self-loathing that you look at yourself and say, 'I will never be good enough.' My mother was the reason I did these commercials and went through all of this, but I didn't say anything negative about her because I didn't think she truly understood any better. She truly wanted me to be in the company and really pushed me into it. And so that's the people pleaser once more. It was the major crowd pleaser. That's what it was for me. I therefore went through years of it, scheduling pilots, TV shows, guest parts, and everything else. In fact, anyone would give their left arm to be in my position. Although it was terrible at the time, I can now look back on it with thankfulness because I've been so lucky in my career to be able to work." When Leigh first started her work, where did she find hope? She met her husband, Nathan West, at the audition, she clarified. "I didn't realize that maybe anything positive could come out of these situations until I met Nathan for that pilot. What's really important is to find something you're passionate about and work and collaborate with other like-minded individuals and creative beings. If there's a way to use the trauma you've experienced in your life to make a meaningful contribution or to help someone else relate, then that's what it's all about." Shyla Leigh's acting can make a difference, as Supergirl demonstrated. Leigh received indisputable evidence from Supergirl on a CW that her efforts can have an impact. Throughout the entire 6-season run of the show, Leigh portrayed Kara's, Melissa Benoist, adoptive sister Alex Danvers. The character had a particularly pivotal moment in Season 2, when Alex comes out to Kara for the first time. she remembered. Friends told me, this is the scene that I showed my parents when I didn't have the strength to find the words myself, when my character in Supergirl came out in season 2. This scene truly saved my life when I presented it to them. I don't want to say that it's a responsibility because you don't want to put people under that kind of strain, but when you can look at it and realize that we actually have a platform, that we have a chance. Some folks feel comfortable sharing, and some don't. That's their journey, their right, no issues. I would, however, use it all day long if you can seize the chance you see to change things. Really. The amazing parallels between Chyla Leigh's actual life and The Way Home. Leigh also stressed the tremendous influence the project and the plot are having on her personally. There's little doubt that some of the topics and ideas discussed in The Way Home are having a similar effect on viewers. Leigh noted that she was struck by how the concept will push the boundaries of what one generally expects from Hallmark while reviewing her decision to commit to the show. I had acted in Paul Campbell's Hallmark Christmas film, Window Wonderland. Since I had accomplished that, I was aware of Hallmark's pulse, she went on. I was like, whoa, this is like deep, conceptualized storytelling when I read The Way Home. I was immediately drawn in by it because it's elevated tense and has all these elements that seem to be leveling up in that sense. Increasing Leigh's curiosity about the project, she identified with Kat Landry's character immediately. Kat Landry struck a deep and meaningful chord with me. Not only that, but I haven't spoken to my mother in over 20 years. Yes, I have a 17-year-old daughter, so I have teens and understand what it's like to have a teenage daughter. Kat and her mother haven't spoken for about 24 years. In my adolescent years, I met my husband. When Kat was a teenager, she met her spouse. I became able to draw from all of my real-life experiences, and in ways I never even realized would occur, it turned into this cathartic journey. There are undoubtedly many similarities between those two situations, but there's also something that happens at the conclusion of season 2 that really stuck with Leigh and affected her severely, she clarified. Andy McDowell and I have a scene that's in either episode 9 or episode 10. I wish I could have had this chat with my mother, but I won't say anything about it. I'm going to cry, because those are the words I wish I could have heard her say. We completed our coverage of the scene in 3 takes since it was so important that I felt like I could no longer do it. Every time, I felt completely destroyed. Consequently, given that circumstance, I thought, wow, these are those times when I can kind of go, okay, shake it off. Really, I can shut this small, tiny Alice in Wonderland door. I might say, okay, all right. It could be just what I needed to hear. In my opinion, perhaps I needed to be able to move past that and go on. Chyla Leigh recaps the highly awaited family reunion from The Way Home filming. Even if we'll have to wait a little while longer to see that specific scene, The Way Home Season 2 is doing a fantastic job of keeping us entertained with other incredible moments. Specifically, a scenario for which we have been waiting since the very beginning. This moment occurs in Season 2, Episode 5, and is Kat's first encounter with Jacob since his disappearance in 1999. Leigh found it easy to capture Kat's intense emotions upon first seeing adult Jacob, played by Spencer MacPherson, considering the build-up until this point. Maybe it was even too simple, as the doors were thrown open before any filming had begun, she remembered. I'll tell you how simple that was. When I was in the makeup/hair trailer, I was fully aware of the casting and the people they would be bringing in. Just as I'm getting my hair done and wearing my depuffers and little eye makeup tools, I suddenly look down and a man enters the makeup trailer. I'm kind of like, wait a minute. I thought, oh my gosh, whoa. Jacob was located, and it really got to me. I literally started crying as soon as I saw him across the trailer. It was out of control. I felt really silly, really. It was his first day ever. I was sitting there with my face covered because it hit me so hard, and my eye things started falling off my face. You know what I mean? I'm crying uncontrollably at this poor guy, and he hasn't even been here. Even though Leigh's performance was obviously full with genuine feelings before she even stepped foot on the set, the process of filming gave it a further potent dimension. Kat finally has the chance to meet Jacob's eyes again after being crushed by his disappearance for all these years. Though many had anticipated a happy reunion, Kat loses her breath when she realizes that Jacob doesn't know her. When he finally looked, I felt sick to my stomach because there wasn't that recognition. Thus, it was one of those situations where, once more, acting was not present. It was merely experiencing that heartache. That was Kat striking the sand at that same time. It sounds like the horrible thud of a dead body hitting the floor. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.